Good morning, everybody. Maybe it's afternoon where you are. Hello, welcome to Raincross Farms Make. And sorry for the camera adjusting. Bill is plugging in my microphone. My name's Robin, and this is Raincross Farms Makery. And we are so glad you're here. We are hosting this segment of Craft Round the Clock, and we have a beautiful craft to be working on today. So pop on in, say hello in the comments, let us know you're here. And I am going to take just a moment to pull this up on my computer and hopefully activate my bot. Okay. Let me see. So I'm going to share this out to my personal page, and let me get my bot going. So y'all, okay. Good morning, Liana. Good morning, Liana. Hello. A couple people on. Okay, unknown URL. That doesn't help. Let me try. I'm learning a new program for my bot. And there we go. I'll just do that. And save that and publish. And my bot should be active. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to put my computer away because I'm not going to need it. Anyway, I'm back with you. You have my full attention now. So hello, hop on, say hello, and let us know where you're watching from if you're new. Thanks, welcome, welcome. I am going to get out my tickets because we like to, if we can get 25 viewers on at one time, at any point during the live, we will have a drawing at the end. So in order to get your name in the drawing, you have to comment, because this is what we'll do. I'm going to get my timer. I'm kind of unorganized here. I'm going to get my timer. I'm going to set it for a random number of minutes. When the timer goes off, Bill is going to tell me the very last person who commented, and that person gets their name on a ticket in the drawing. So, and we will only do the drawing if we have 25 people. So it will help if you sprinkle out the video and get some other people watching. I'm going to get my pen out and get it ready. Okay, so today's project, we are going to make this cardinal. How many of you love cardinals at Christmas time? Somebody tell me, do you like cardinals at Christmas time? I never really noticed cardinals before until this transfer came out, and then it's like they're everywhere. Not real ones. Unfortunately, we don't get real ones here in Idaho. We are right outside of Lewiston, Idaho. We don't get the real cardinals, but I'm seeing them everywhere now. They've been here forever, but they're on Christmas cards, they're on ornaments, they're on everything. Anyway, so we are going to make this gorgeous cardinal, and we are going to put it on a round surface so we can use it. We can hang it on the wall, or we can just kind of prop it up on a shelf. Hey, Alana, for at least a bit. Good. Have you seen a real life cardinal in the wild? Liana probably has. You probably get cardinals. I think you're in Oklahoma. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for sprinkling. So let me know if you like cardinals and if you've actually seen them in the wild. I have not seen a real life cardinal. I think it's on my bucket list. Sherry's from Tennessee. Do you get cardinals in Tennessee? Okay, so we're going to use this transfer. We're also going to use our shiplap and joy transfer on that round. We're going to make it look like shiplap. Okay, I just dropped my photo. Yes, yes, definitely. Yes, all the time. It reminds me of my grandparents. There is a lot of meaning to cardinals. We'll talk a little bit about it because I copied off something off the internet that I'm just going to share with you. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with our round. This is a 12-inch round. This is one that my darling husband cut out on his new toy. So it's a 12-inch round. You can also get them on Amazon. And he also cut out this design, cut out this. So we're going to actually kind of make this three-dimensional. So we're going to add a piece and we're actually going to kind of lift it up off so it kind of looks like shadowy. So let's get started. I don't want to, I could use the plain wood surface, but I'm going to give it just a little bit of color. Yes, they are. It is a very beautiful transfer. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of color to it. This is how I like doing it. I like taking chalk paint and a baby wipe, or these are just water wipes, something that has a little bit of moisture. You could also just use a damp paper towel to do this technique, but it kind of puts a stain, not like a coat of paint, but just like a stain on the surface. So I'm going to take this wet wipe. Good morning, Rhonda. Okay, haven't seen a real life one since you were a little girl in Oklahoma. Okay, oh, okay. Rhonda is our okay, so she is qualified for our giveaway. If we get 25 viewers, we are about halfway there. I'm going to reset my timer. Okay, so I've got some paint on this wet wipe, and I'm just going to, I'm going to get a piece of cardboard so I don't get paint all over my surface. But this puts it on thin enough that I can still see the wood grain, but it kind of gives it a different color. Now this is the color Mineral. This is Waverly chalk paint, and it's the color Mineral, and it's kind of a taupe. It's kind of a grayish brown, and it's very neutral. I like using this on backgrounds and all kinds of crafts because it kind of blends in, but it looks a little bit different than bare wood. Okay, so it dries really quickly. We are also going to do the same thing on our, too much. Same thing on our cardinal cutout. And this is a different kind of wood, so it's coming up a little bit of a different color, but that's okay because we're going to chalk over this. So this is only just going to be kind of a background color. So again, wet wipe, chalk paint, and it kind of works as a stain, but it's not an oily, it's not a lot of chemicals in the stain, and it dries really quickly. Some stains, it takes days for them to completely dry. Okay. Good to go. Okay. And then I'm just going to toss this, close this back up, and I'm going to hit this with my dryer and get that all dried up. And because it is very diluted chalk paint, it's going to dry really quickly. My Daniel, you need to comment, my Daniel. Say some words. There he is. Something. You said something. You are nothing if not a direction follower. Yes, I like the mineral color too, Rhonda. I'm eventually trying to get every color of chalk paint just so I have it in my stash, but I don't. I think they keep coming out with new ones too. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry, and honestly, I like to also do the backs of these, especially when I go to sell something. I like to have the backs finished. So I actually did one front and back already. So this one is the same thing here, same process. I just pre-did it already. Okay, so here we go. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Doris. Welcome, and thank you for sprinkling. We are almost halfway. Okay, who was that last comment? Doris. Okay, Doris, it will be entered into our drawing if we get 25 viewers. She was the last comment when the timer went off, and I reset the timer. Uh-oh, something fell. Okay, so let's start out with our round, and we are going to use our shiplap transfer. If you are interested in any of these transfers that I'm showing you, you can comment supplies or supply in the comments, and my bot will send you a link, and you'll have the choice of looking at the products. So I do want to tell you, this is on low quantity, and if it goes out of stock, they won't bring it back before Christmas. They might bring it back next year. I don't know. But if you love this cardinal and you are the least bit interested in getting it, you might want to snatch it up quick because it is on low quantity. Okay, so this is a C-size transfer. It comes with some other little things that we are not going to use for this project. We are just going to use this shiplap part. Give me some hearts if you like shiplap. If you like decorating with shiplap, if you like seeing people decorate with shiplap. What's her name? If you're a Magnolia, the Gaines, she does everything with shiplap. Okay, so this fits completely on here, and it is a sticky transfer. And two things, I just painted this, so I don't want the stickiness to pull up the paint, and I don't want it to stick so hard that I stretch my transfer when I pull it out. Okay, so yay, my link is working. Good. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of wax on this. This is surface wax. I sell it in my shop. It's actually in that link, in that supply list. And this is going to just give a little protective layer between the paint and the stickiness. No message coming through. Did it send her a note? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. Okay. If for some reason it doesn't work, I will send it to you personally. Okay. Sherry, try it again. Maybe try supplies. I think I put both in. Maybe try the word supplies. Uh-oh. That would be Cheryl. Cheryl. Okay, so I've got some wax on here. While I'm at it, I'm going to put some wax on this. And we are going the wrong way with viewers. Okay, so I've got Cheryl in the drawing. Hopefully we will have a drawing. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of wax on the bird itself. Now, okay, then I guess do supplies. It should, okay, I'll have to double check and see what I put in. I thought I put in supply also, but did it work? Did it work with Sherry for supplies?
They're not getting a note.
Okay. Okay, Sherry, if it doesn't respond to you, I will. You're not coming from a business page, are you? Is that your personal page? Because I know it won't send a link to a business page. Okay. Anybody who types in supply or supplies, I will go through, and if it does not, okay, well, Let me see. I know it's working.
Still haven't got them. It ironed out yet.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, I will do it by hand after the live if my bot won't do it, and I'm still learning this new bot. Anyway, so let's do our shiplap. So I'm going to take this. This is a sticky transfer meant to be reusable over and over, and all this is a pattern of shiplap. So it will look like strips of wood. So what I'm doing is I am putting some fuzz, some lint on this sticky transfer so that it lessens the stickiness just a bit, especially while it's brand new. You want it to stick, but you don't want it to stick so tight that it causes problems. Okay, try typing in VIP. Try typing in VIP. See if that works for you. It's the same link. It's just a different keyword. So try typing in VIP. Okay, so I'm pushing this down with my hand so that I can feel if there's any big chunks of lint or if there's any air bubbles, because I don't want those. And I am going to chalk this in my black velvet paste. This is Chalkology paste, chalk in paste form. And I'm going to, now I don't need to smear paste all over this because where it's green, there is no screen. So I'm just going to use my little squeegee so I can just hit those lines. And this is going to be the easiest shiplap you've ever used. And I'm going to try to do it fast so it doesn't dry. I don't have to paste and peel. I might halfway through, I might pull it up.
Oh, that was Cheryl. Let me back up. Sherry
Okay.
Thomas would be the one before Cheryl.
Okay. Sherry Thomas, check. Okay. Let me do one more line and then I'll take a break and reset the timer and put down the name. Now, I do have to tell you, I got the inspiration for this project from a good friend of mine, Joy Lynn, and she did hers with some different colors. I'm going to do the traditional red, but anyway, let's see, Sherry Thomas, check. Okay. And, oh, we are losing people. That's not good. Okay, I don't want this to dry, so I'm going to peel this section up. You can kind of see what it's looking like. Pretty easy shiplap. And all I'm doing is buttering bread. So if the paste dries in the screen, it will peel up the paste from the surface. We don't want that. We want it to stay damp so that it adheres to the surface. So I don't want to wait too long before I peel it up. I'm going to just lay that back down. I'm not going to push that back down, but I will push here where I have not yet chalked. And I just made a mess. And let me get back to chalking this. This is so versatile. This shiplap can be used on lots of different projects. Anything you want to look like shiplap. They should stay. I love, well, thank you. You know, I get it. People are busy and I try not to take it personally for people that drop in and then drop out. It's okay. I do that with people too. I start watching something and then something comes up at home and I have to leave. Or it just isn't floating my boat that day. That's okay. We are happy to have whoever is here. And if you do enough commenting, I might just do the drawing anyway, even if we don't get 25. Okay, so I've got all of that chalked. Okay, and my fingers are a mess. I try to keep my hands clean so I don't make a mess. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so let me completely peel this up. Look at that. Look at that shiplap. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. We will clean this later. Isn't that pretty? Either vertical, horizontal, either way. Okay, and I'm not going to clean this yet. I'm just going to spray this right now so that it, whoops, I just dropped. Bill, would you pick up those tickets? Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and we're going to work on, I just dropped my roll of tickets, if you would pick that up. We're going to work on the cardinal. Now, I looked online, and I found this cardinal. That's the very traditional red cardinal, and they've got that black mask around their eyes, just right here. And they actually, and kind of an orangey beak, but it looks like the back feathers are tinged with black. So we're going to try to recreate that. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to try to recreate that. Okay, that's off to the side. Again, I already waxed this, but I'm going to fuzz. Oh, actually, I don't. Honestly, I don't need to do a ton of fuzzing. Let me tell you why. Because there's not a lot of sticky that is going to be on. There's not a lot of stickiness that is going to be on this surface. Let me show you. And it's got a little piece that you can layer to make that black mask. Okay, so where there is screen, where you can see me through the screen, there's no sticky where that is. Only where there's green is there sticky. So there's not a ton that is going to stick to this. And Bill cut this out to match up pretty perfectly. Did you make it exactly the size or slightly bigger?
Did it the way you told me to.
I don't remember what I told you to do. Okay. So I think I need to get like a light box or something so I can see through this a little bit better. But I'm going to line this up.
You always hold it up to the light when you get
yeah.
in.
Okay. And even if it's not perfectly lined up, I think it will still be okay. Yep. Down too low.
Coming, so I'm not watching. Yes, Cheryl, I cut both of them out.
Yep. And if you are interested, we are working on getting some things up and running with selling cutouts. So if you are interested in the cutout, I don't have my bot set up for it, but just comment cutouts, and we will get with you and let you know what's up with that. Okay.
Let's see, that would be Rhonda Lawson again. Fairway Heights and Walmart was the only one carrying Waverly.
Okay. Some Walmarts are no longer carrying the Waverly brand, but that's okay. They carry some sort of chalk paint. Rhonda again. Okay, we get the 12 by 16 or larger. Okay, if you have a favorite one, will you send me the link? Whoop! Honey, I dropped the tickets again.
Why do you keep
I don't know.
You just want me to get up and do
I just
stuff,
want you to get up and do stuff.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
so there's not a ton that is holding this down, so I need to be very careful with it. And I'm going to start with this branch and the leaves. So I'm going to use bark. Sadly, bark is out of stock, but it could be back in stock as early as Thursday. I will keep you posted. Okay. So I'm going to do bark on the branch, and I'm going to use my multi-tool because that kind of gives me a smaller squeegee to work with. So my branch will be brown, and it comes out into here. Okay, and I think that is pretty much it for the branch. I am also going to do, I'm going to do the legs in the brown too, but I'm actually going to go back over the legs with some storm. From
Secondhand Treasures.
Yay, Debbie, welcome. Thanks for watching. Okay. Oh, I didn't set the timer again. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to peel this up so it doesn't dry. I'm going to give it just a quick dry with my quick dry tool. I'm going to lay it back down. And now I'm going to do the, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the leaves in pesto. Pesto is in stock. Okay, so pesto is a pretty, it's kind of a, it is kind of a autumny green, I think, but it's kind of a pine tree green. And I'm just going to do a solid color, and it'll look good. It will look good, solid color. I could do a hot mess with a couple of different greens, but hey, Patty, welcome. Glad you're here. You'll try to remind her.
To set the timer.
Oh, okay. I did now. So okay, so if you're just coming on and you're interested in the supplies, did we ever find a bot that worked? Did VIP work for anybody?
No.
Okay.
Cheryl said it was having hiccups or something.
Okay. Well, if you comment supplies, I will send you the link after the live is over. Because it worked for somebody, didn't it? Okay, so I've got that green. While I have that out, I'm going to use Storm and put that over the brown that I put on the legs. Because I was having a hard time finding out what color Cardinals' legs are. Some of them looked a little light brown. Some of them actually looked a little red. I think it just depends on your Cardinal. But I'm going to kind of mute that brown a bit with some Storm. Free gift. Oh, I'll get you a free gift.
You get a free gift.
Dan is our son. He's being silly right now, but that's okay. He's interacting.
He might even get the free gift.
He might even get the free gift. Okay. So let's peel this up. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So far, so good. Let's give that a dry. How are we doing on time? We're running out of time. get it done. We will get it
I'm
done.
pretty sure I can get these things cut out for those that want them.
Okay.
We
So,
just have to figure out what chip
so if you're interested in the cutouts, get yourself the transfer and let us know. Comment cutouts.
We've already had a couple people.
Okay, and we will get you that information. So I'm just going to go over this with candy apple. And then I'm going to go back over parts of it with black.
Hunter says it's looking good.
Thank
Lana
you.
says nice. Terry says looking great so far.
Thank you.
Liana says Cheryl or Robin. Hold on. Can I also get the link for the light box? You know what, Cheryl? Give it up, girl.
Well, send it to us, and then we can make. Is it Amazon? If it's Amazon, send it to Bill, and he will give out one of our links because we are Amazon associates. So if anybody buys one using our link, we get like 4 cents.
I'm checking right now.
Okay. Now this paste, I probably should have thinned it out a little bit. It's pretty thick. That's okay. It might just look a little rustic when I go to peel it up. Okay.
Well, it hasn't come in my messenger.
So okay. I'm gonna quickly dab on some black, and I'm going to get my finger just slightly wet, and I'm going to kind of blend that. And that's actually too much. So I'm going to kind of blend in that black. We'll see how that looks. If I don't like it, I will just completely redo it. Okay. Clean up, clean up, clean up. Okay, let's peel this up. Okay. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And that where I did that black, it kind of gave it some dark accents.
Liana Underwood.
Yay! Oh, what did it? This is the wrong set of tickets, dear. I got too many sets of tickets flying around here.
Hey, I just picked up what I saw.
Okay. Reset. They just fell again.
Well, you're getting lots of comments. So pretty, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And all other kinds of
Thank
stuff.
you. Okay, I'm going to.
Let me see what Cheryl's.
Okay, so I'm going to grab this little piece. This is the mask. The piece that goes over the mask. And I'm going to get my wax again.
16 by 12.
I'm going to dry this up. I'm going to wax it just a bit. And lay down that mask. Then we're going to do a couple of other really cool things. Okay, what did I do? There we go. Okay, a little bit of wax just right around here. I don't want to pull up any of that paste. So I'm going to lay down this mask, if I can get it the right direction, and put it right in there. So it lays right over the top. So I can use the black and just go over that area. So cool. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Awesome. Okay, we're going to let that dry. We're going to do one other thing that looked really cool that my friend did. And then we will wrap it up. So let me get rid of some of this, and I'm going to clean up. Okay, let's clean this. So I'm just going to get some water, spray it on, and I'm either going to use a paper towel, or I have a Swedish dishcloth that I like to use because it's reusable, and I'm just going to rub off that top layer of paste. My goal is to get all of the paste out of the screen, and then I can reuse this over and over and over. The company guarantees that you can reuse them 10 to 12 times, but I know if you clean them up pretty quickly and store them well, you can get more uses than that. Okay, so paper towels, toss this. You can rinse out and reuse. Spray it again. I'm switching over to my board eraser, which is like a magic eraser, but there's no chemicals in it. You don't want to use chemicals on that because it'll break down the screen and the backer. So I'm just using this to get the paste out of the screen. And as I do that, I'm actually pushing it through to the other side. So I want to clean the back also. Again, just cleaning it out of the screen. The paste will actually stain this green part. That's okay. That's because our pastes have a really high pigment, which is good. But it will kind of stain the screen, but as long it will stain the green part, as long as you get it out of the screen, it's perfectly fine. Okay, ordinarily I would have you air dry this, but we're going to use it again for a fun technique that I saw. It looked so good on my friend Joy's project. So I am hoping she does not mind that I am imitating her. Okay, so I'm drying this off, and I'm going to give it a fuzz. And we are going to use this, and we are going to put a shadow. We're going to chalk a shadow on our shiplap. So I'm thinking I like the shiplap horizontal. Okay. And let me see where I'm wanting this. I'm wanting that right about there. So I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to chalk this entire thing in Storm, which is gray. So it's going to give it an instant, shadow, because I'm going to glue it down just a little bit offset. If that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to scoot that over just a bit. Okay. Let me see if that's where I want it. Okay. I'm liking that. Okay, so again, flatten it out. Storm. Running out of time, so I'm sorry if I'm... And of course, this needs to be stirred. This needs to be thinned out. So give me just a second. If your paste gets too thick, spray it with distilled water and stir it up. That thins it down, and the distilled water makes it so that nothing suspicious grows in there over time. So, and I'm just doing this entire thing in the storm. So this will be very subtle, but it should be a different color than that mineral, just slightly darker, and it will give our cardinal a little bit of extra depth. Okay. Okay. Looks pretty blah, doesn't it? But that's okay. It's a shadow. See what I did? See what I did there? It already looks like a shadow. Let me dry this. We are actually going to lift this up a little bit with some Jenga blocks. So it's actually up higher even. So let me dry this. Okay. Tickets again. I promise I won't drop them anymore. This will be our last ticket. It's right there, right there. If it's a snake, it would have bit you. Thank you. Okay, who was my last winner? My last entry.
Would have been Sherry Thomas.
Sherry again. Okay. Okay, so let's glue on some Jenga blocks here and there. How about one up there? And one right there. And how about one right there? Ow! Don't hot glue yourself. Okay, looking good. Okay. So that's lifted up that much. And I'm going to put this down just so that shadow, in fact, I'm going to get the actual shadow. Glue it down with the actual shadow, right? Okay. That's giving me the actual shadow. Okay, so let's glue it in place. Ooh. I'm just going to... Who's on a porch leaner? Rhonda. Awesome. You'll have to send me a picture of it. Okay. I'm trying to line that up with the actual shadow. That looks good. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Do you see that shadow in there? That's not, well, some of it is real shadow. Some of it is fake shadow. Is that not beautiful? I just love that. Woohoo! Yay! So this is my project. Let's do this drawing real quick. Let me... Yep, we're gonna... I don't think we had 25, but that's okay. We're gonna do a drawing, so I'm taking everybody's names, putting them in, mixing them up so I'm not looking, and our winner is Sherry Thomas. Check. Woohoo! Congratulations. I think you're probably still here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching Craft Round the Clock. I hope you will continue to watch the next presenter. And we'd love it if you'd follow our page and you can see some of the other crafty stuff we do. And I will work on sending you those links because I have no idea what was going on. And we'll get the information out to you. So thanks so much. I'm going to pose with my pretty little cardinal. I never did tell you about all the things I learned about cardinals. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Do something creative every day. Bye-bye, everybody. Sherry, I'll get with you soon and get you some information.